Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of PR Kid. Today I want to review one of my favorite games of all time, Radiant Historia. For those of you that don't know what Radiant Historia is, it came out in 2011. It is published by Atlas. It is a very underrated RPG for the DS, very underrated game, overall. And I recommend it to anybody that's an RPG fan because this game is fantastic. Now let's go into the story of Radiant Historia. The story, so the world's coming to an end. Everything's pretty much turning into a desert landscape all throughout the world of Vancouver. And you, as Stock, have to stop this. However, we don't get introduced to Stock until a little bit later in the beginning scene. First, we are introduced to Tio and Lipti. These are the two children that govern the realm of Historia. And they have the White Chronicle, which is a book that allows the control of time and space and whatnot. So whenever we get introduced to Stock, we learn that there's two countries at war, Granorg and Alistel. And Stock is a spy for one of the countries, so he was sent to Granorg to gather intelligence. And as he's coming out of Granorg, he is actually surrounded by the Granorg army, and he is essentially killed. However, Tio and Lipti intervene, and they take Stock to Historia, and then to change the past and the future. So they pretty much prevent Stock from dying, and this is where you get introduced to the main mechanic of the game, which is going back in time to stop events that may have led to important characters' deaths or a very important event that saves a country and whatnot and stuff like that. So this the time mechanic in this game is handled absolutely perfect. So you have like two different timelines, and then you can switch between the timelines and whatnot. And then you go. There's certain points in the story where certain events happen that you can fix if anything goes wrong. And with this, you can get a bunch of different endings. So even the first couple hours of the game, you can get 3 endings right off the bat, and these are essentially bad endings to the game. Okay, so let's move on to the battle system. The battle system in this game is nothing like I've played before. It is a grid-based system, and your characters have different grapple abilities, different push abilities, and all that good stuff. You have a party of 3, so you can choose whatever party member you want to use. With the push and grapple and pull abilities, what this does is you can group all the enemies together on one tile, and then you can have all your 3 members attack that tile to inflict damage on every enemy on the screen. You can stack damage really fast like that, or you can build like chains with magic, physical, if you decide to go that way. And that's what I prefer to do because in the end it does more damage. Also, you can bypass your turn to stack turns up. So you can stack like 10 turns if you wanted to and leech 10 straight attacks on the enemy. And that is actually very useful in boss battles because you can plan out your strategy before you begin attacking. Then you can pass your turns. The boss will get like, I want to say like 2 or 3 turns straight, and then you have like 10 or more straight turns where you can just use your strategy and take out the boss in one turn. If you're strong enough and you know what abilities to use. And trust me, I've done it. So the game mechanic can be very broken at times. It can also be very frustrating because there's certain enemies that will get more than one turn. So and they can inflict a lot of damage. So you can either lose a party member and not get the strategy you wanted to use, or there's certain enemies that are immune to the grapple and push abilities. Like there's these rocks in one boss battle that you can't push or grapple, so you have to watch out for those. Apart from that, it has the standard magic attacks, fire, ice, lightning. It also has the basic physical attacks and whatnot. My recommendation for a party, stock obviously. At the little Satiros girl, and there's gonna be another female character in there, but I'm not gonna spoil her because she's actually very important to the story. But yeah, apart from that, the battle system is great. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the music. The music in this game is absolutely amazing. It fits the whole game perfectly. It fits all the areas that you play in perfectly. The battles, the boss battles, everything. It only has 25 tracks, but I do prefer 25 tracks of this quality and caliber over 200 tracks of any other random garbage. The composer is Yoko Shimomura. If you haven't heard of her, then start by listening to Radio Historia's soundtrack, and you will fall in love with her work. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the soundtrack. And now I'm gonna give you a sample of one of my favorite tracks from the game. Okay, so if you're not convinced that her work is amazing after that one piece, then I don't know what's wrong with you. Nah, I'm just kidding, but seriously, check her stuff out. She's a great composer, very amazing music. And that's it for the review, guys. The game looks great, the soundtrack's amazing, the story is really great. It has a really good twist in it. The characters are awesome. They're all very unique. And as far as score goes, I give this game a 10 out of 10. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and always will be. Okay, and to officially end this review off, guys, I want to give a shout out to a fellow YouTuber, TopTierGameReviews. He does anything from Let's Plays to challenges to reviews. Recently, he uploaded the Mega Man 1 and 2 review, and it's a great video. I learned a lot from it. He has a very special guest in that video as well, so you might want to check him out too. He is very knowledgeable about the games he talks about, so I suggest you check him out, guys. Top Tier Game Reviews.